Claudia and Stephen. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And I called you Stephen, but should I call you Steve? Like,
we can do Stephen for this context because it's related to this.
Yeah.
But all our time.
Claudia, you call him.
I call him Stephen, but like, I think everybody else in the world calls him Steve.
Except maybe your mom. I don't know. Is that
Yeah, my mom calls me Stephen.
okay?
Yeah.
Well, I feel very authoritative right now, and I feel like also like I'm your therapist. The way we're set up here, so you're about to like spill your deepest, darkest, everything.
What do you want to know? Let's get in.
Well, first of all, tell me how you guys met, because it's a really cute situation.
It is.
Take away.
It's collaborative. We met like 10 years ago. We grew up in neighboring hometowns, and I knew of Stephen. I hadn't met him yet. I knew of him, but I also knew his friend. And I was talking to his friend, and then one night, his friend, it was like a Wednesday. It wasn't like a significant let's go out party night. It was just like a random night. And he was like, hey, his friend, I'm going to go get a couple drinks with some of my buddies if you want to tag along. And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go, and Stephen's there. And again, like I know of him. He was also on a TV show. So like I watched the TV
What
show.
TV show?
MTV Are You the One?
My mom and I literally laid in bed, watched it. Like each episode, I'm like, that's my friend Stephen. But like I literally never met him before. I just know
He
of
just
him.
happened to be like in like the social circle.
It was like
Yes.
It was like Love Island before Love Island.
Okay, I was gonna say
essentially.
I'm not familiar with that, and I used to be
It's like an older thing.
Okay, got it.
Stephen's there. I'm there with his friend. The night is normal. It's fun. Like, it's nothing crazy. It's literally just like four of us sitting in a bar that's empty in Media, Pennsylvania. And then end of the night rolls around. I leave.
I basically went to my friend when I saw her. I was like, listen, you got to stop talking to her now. He's like, why? I was like, I think that's my girl. He's like, what do you mean? And I think he joked around at the time. I was like, okay, like, were you going to marry her? And I was like, I think I might, bro.
Oh wow!
And like,
I just got goosebumps.
he literally stopped talking to me after. Like, his friend stopped talking.
Yeah, I was like, no, you're cooked on this.
And I'm like, okay, it wasn't that serious. Like, I didn't know that. But like, I was like, it wasn't that serious between me and this guy. But like, he just kind of like stopped talking to me. I'm like, oh, that's weird. Whatever. But a couple months went by.
Yeah.
It was, because that happened, I think, in the summer. But then it was Thanksgiving Eve. Again, so we grew up in neighboring towns. So he's in town. I'm in town. We're at the same bar. There's really only one bar to go to. We run into each other. I'm like, oh my God, hi. We end up talking all night. And this is also just still fresh off him coming off the TV show. So girls are pulling him in every direction. I'm just sitting there patiently like, okay, what's going on? We end up talking the entire night. We end up making out in his mom's car in the parking lot. And then he drove me home, told me he was moving to California. And I said, well, then don't ever talk to me again. That was so stupid.
That's literally what she said. I was,
Just like lose my
I was like, I'll be back at
I'll be
Christmas.
taking that back.
I was like, I'll be back at Christmas. She goes, I'm good. And then gets out of the car
Yeah, I would.
and shuts the door.
Like, he was going to live in California. I'm going to live in Pennsylvania. I don't do.
So I have so many questions. I've been patiently waiting. So
Okay.
first of all,
Fire away.
you told your friend not to talk to her anymore, but then you just let time pass. No reach out, no conversation.
Well,
like just put her on ice and that's it. Like I
No, I'm just completely manless. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was one of those things where, like, when he did that, like, it was basically like, okay, you're in my close friend group, so you got to be out. Like, there's a million fish in the sea. Like, move on. And then, yeah, I don't know why, because me and him actually both lived in California together. So me and him both went back. And, like, went back to what we were doing and, you know, chasing the dream in Cali. But when we came back that Thanksgiving, because I didn't really see her, I might have maybe shot you one or two texts.
you didn't
Maybe.
get your number yet.
I got your number that night.
Oh,
No,
you
I
did
didn't.
get her number.
I know I got your number.
How many years ago was this, guys?
It's not. You got it at Barnaby's. I know for a fact.
No. Not the night I first met you with Mike at Barnaby.
Yeah, I know that night.
Oh, you're right. I never did get your number. Well, because it wasn't really like that.
No.
But I did
It
follow you on Instagram and like
We
all the
actually
pictures.
just
We didn't
enough to
even
be
say
like, don't date
No,
me.
yeah, but I did. No, but I did follow you on Instagram and start liking all your pictures. So
Every single and every store. Every
Okay,
store.
not creepy at all, but
no, that's when back then that was like the thing.
that was like normal.
That was like flirt.
Yeah.
That was
It's
like poking on Facebook.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Well, also it's kind of a classic millennial situation. Well, I feel like it doesn't happen anymore. The pre-Thanksgiving night at the local bar. I don't think that happens anymore, but that was like the party weekend
really
that
was.
everyone like waited for. Like, oh,
Yeah.
go home and like we rage, and then no one can move on Thanksgiving Day because you partied till like
100%.
it was like a thing.
And that's what we did. That was our one and only kiss.
Okay.
After that, we just became really good friends.
Yeah.
Like, he just became somebody that he's so easy to talk to. I wasn't interested romantically, but if I ever needed advice, I trusted him just because he was so smart. He would start companies and he would do all these things. And I just looked up to him as a person because I'm like, I like this. I like that this guy's adventurous and he's smart and he's outgoing. And I admired all of these qualities about him. He was just off of the dating pool in my mind because he's far away. I start dating people. He starts dating people. We're still very good friends. Anytime he's in town, we would like work out together. We'd grab lunch and we would just stay in touch. Even like, I think at one point I was dating a guy and I was debating moving to Florida with this guy. And me and Stephen are having lunch in like a first watch. And I was like, I don't know, gosh, if I should do it, if I shouldn't. I'm not really into this guy anymore, but I want to get the hell out of Pennsylvania. And he's like, go, do it. Like, do all these things. Like, he's pushing me to go live with another man in a different state.
Wow.
But I'm really glad that he did that because everything worked out. I mean, not me with that guy, but like everything worked out in my life where it put me on the right trajectory of where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how long ago from when you had that first kiss to now? Like, what was that time period?
This year will now be 10 years.
Okay, so 10 years.
Together for like a year and a half.
Yeah, but from the first kiss on Thanksgiving Eve, this Thanksgiving Eve's 10 years.
Yeah.
So
That was 2016.
So no. So basically for 8 years, no other kiss involved.
Yeah.
Just
It was
friends.
strictly friendship.
Just
like-
friends.
Just I would go to him for any type of advice. Like the biggest things, the smallest things, the weirdest things. That's just who it was my Google. That's who I would go to.
and then how did you guys reconnect when you got to LA, or did
No, I was in Florida. So I still lived in Florida. I was there for about 5 years. Now I'm dating a different guy and I'm like moved in with this guy. I've been dating him for about 2 years. Things are like okay, but they also just morbidly sucked at the same time. It was one of those relationships where it was when it was good, it was good. When it was bad, it was disastrous. And I guess like I just like didn't have enough relationships in my life to know that you don't have to settle for that. I'm a hopeless romantic. So in my mind, I always thought there's better out there. I know it. I can have all these things. I don't have to have the bad with the good. I can just have the good. But like that guy made it impossible. I was never going to have that with him. In my mind, I'm already like, it's already too late. 2 years together. I'm in my late 20s. I was 29 when we broke up. So like, I'm like ready for children. I lived with the guy. It just felt too cemented in. Long story short, I had this little pet fish, Ricky, who I devoted all my love and attention and time to.
Jersey Shore.
Shit, you're right.
Rewind.
Rewind.
I knew you were going there.
Well, I still
all that
had
was right.
Ricky. No, I had Ricky. I got Ricky in April. And I devoted all my love and attention and time to him because I wasn't getting it from the other guy. So Ricky was like my number one thing.
what kind of fish is this? This is like literally.
He was a little beta fish.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was a little blue beta fish. He was so adorable. I loved him, treated him like a king. And everything's like, okay. I come home to work for anthropology. And Stephen's also in town. I didn't know. My sister had sent me one of his Instagram stories saying, like, I need a model for something or other. Like,
I was in town with my business partner. And
they were like shooting a
we're doing a commercial.
Yeah. And my sister sent it to me and was like, look, this guy is shooting a commercial. You should do it. I'm like, that's my friend Stephen. Like,
but this time he's actually your friend.
no, he's strictly my friend. Strictly
Yes.
my friend Stephen. And I was like, oh, like, I text him, let's hang out. Let's go get dinner or lunch or something. Let's hang out, whatever. We're both in town. And he's like, I don't know. I'm kind of busy. He's never said no to me. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then we're just like chit-chatting a little bit. He was in New Jersey, so it would have been kind of a stretch for him to come see me because I was in Philly. And then he's like, how are you and Mike, which was my ex, but at the time, my boyfriend. And I was like, honestly, like not awesome because it's just kind of like not,
You're like,
I'm not fulfilled.
Feeling it out. You're feeling it out.
I actually was being I wasn't thinking. And I was just like, nah, I'm down the shore. I'm busy. I'm with family. Like we got into this this routine of always seeing each other every once in a while. So I thought, okay, there'll be another time. But I still wanted to, I was like, you know what? I'll ask her how she's doing, how everything
It was always
is.
genuine. It was never like a hidden agenda. But the second I said that me and Mike aren't that great, he was like, so how's dinner tomorrow night? I'm like, oh, perfect.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. All right. I thought it was done for. I was like, okay, so there is a chance. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna move everything. I moved my schedule around, and I was like, I'm going back to Philly early. And my mom was really, I was like, yep, I promise it'll be worth it.
Was.
Yeah.
But he was still just my friend Stephen. We hung out all night like normal, like nothing's different. We're chit-chatting, we have some drinks. I'm just like venting. I'm like word vomiting about my current relationship because I can't talk to like my mom or, you know, like you don't want to talk too poorly about your significant other.
Of course. You actually should never talk crap about your partner to like anyone. Maybe like to one friend that like can handle it. But as soon as you do, it's like they remind you how terrible that person is. And then,
or maybe like I'll get over it faster than they can.
Correct. They never get over it. They remember it forever. Yeah.
And I'm the same way. Like if somebody hurt my best friend or anybody else, I'd be like, I remember when they did that.
Yeah.
Like, but they're fully moved on. So I get it. So I'm just word vomiting to him because what's the difference? He's a dude and he's my friend. Like this is literally the perfect option. I would say like halfway through the night, Steven's like, so I think that like we're meant to be together. And I'm like, shut up.
Well, no, I started first with trying to help. And as I was trying to help,
like she
was arguing my case.
I was like, but did you not hear what I just said?
She's like, I'm like, well, you could always try this. And I'm like trying to give advice. And then she's like, no, I can't because of this. I'm like, God.
I was checked out of my brain either way.
I was like, this is way further than I thought.
But he saw that as a door.
And then, well, eventually I was like, okay, well.
So you just kicked it open.
Yeah. I was like, this is it.
And I was like, get the hell out.
I'm an opportunist. I'm like, I'm going to take the opportunity. Shot. I'm sitting right here.
Yeah.
Why not? And then she's like, nah.
Yeah. He's like, well, let's just like work on staying better in touch this time around. Because when we would not talk to each other, it could be like a couple months in between. We maybe wouldn't see each other for an entire year. It wasn't like
8 years passed between this first interaction. Okay. So how did you convince her that?
Well, like I would say like the 3 days after us hanging out. Well, first of all, I wake up to a text that says, I left something at your doorstep, had to get out of town early today. And I'm thinking like, is it a McDonald's breakfast sandwich? Like maybe I'm a little hungover. What was it, Stephen?
I left her a note.
It's like a handwritten love letter.
I shot
my shot.
I'm reading this shit with my sister. I'm like, I'm not on the market. I'm like, this man's out of his mind. He's crazy. The letter was adorable. I loved it. I still have it. It's the first page of our photo book.
Yeah.
But our scrapbook. I'm like, he is so crazy. Like, we've been friends for so long. Like, this is what you're deciding to do now as I have a boyfriend. And then, like, we were texting for a couple days after that, and I realized that he was like flirtier than normal because it's not unusual for us to text, but it was definitely flirtier than usual. And I just shut it down. I was like, I know your intentions, not the right timing for me. Gotta put this to bed.
But I'm like, every time I'm with people I work with, and I'm like, yeah, we're not talking anymore. They're like, oh man, you know, there's more of them out there. Like, don't worry. I'm like, nah, it's not like that. It's just like a not now thing. So I just took it. I was like, I know I'm close, but it's not now. Mm-hmm. It's not never, but it's not now.
He never gives up.
Clear. So I was like, I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing and just, you know, let it be and let it do its thing. But it's eventually, I just didn't know when.
It's kind of the like perfect example of if he wanted to, he would. Because he did.
Yeah.
He kept coming back.
Very persistent, my man.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward another couple months. That was in July. So in September, my beloved Ricky passed away.
Oh, no.
Heartbreaking. Like I said, all my love went to this fish. I'm sobbing. I'm like over the tank sobbing. He was sick for a little bit, so I knew it was coming, but like really, really upset. And my boyfriend at the time just goes, give me the net, I'll flush him. Didn't give me a hug. Didn't console me. That, like, was technically his son. Didn't say a word. I looked at him, and that's when everything, like, that was my final breaking point. Like, I was already checked out. That's why I had Ricky in the first place. But once that happened, I was like, I called my mom that day, and I was like, I'm breaking up with this guy. Like, never again. That was the final straw. So, broke up with him the next morning. day drank with my friends, and then texted Stephen. It was September 19th in America. And I texted Stephen and I was like, guess what? And he's like, what? And I was like, I broke up with Mike. And then he was like, guess what? And I was like, what? He's like, it's my birthday. Because it was September 20th in Singapore, which is where he was.
I was like, that's sick. I just
Best
woke up.
birthday gift ever.
I just woke up. It was like 8 a.m. in Singapore. And I was like, oh shit. I was still traveling, working with the same group of people from the commercial back in Jersey. So they saw it all the way through. Because I was in Florida, literally. I went from Philadelphia. We drove down to road trip down to Florida and then back to Los Angeles real quick and then to Singapore. And that's when that happened. I was like, oh my God. And I was like,
Happy birthday to you.
I know, right? That's what I said. They were like, no way. And so after that,
Yeah, from there, I was living with that guy, but I was just in full, like, the second you, like, as a woman, like, the breakup happens, I'm already like, I could get a new career tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I can move out in one day.
Reinvent yourself.
100%, which is basically what I did. Moved out within 1 week. He got me the moving company. He was like, you're not lifting a finger. Like, I can't be there to help you because he's in California. Gets me a moving company. These guys come, pack all my stuff up, move it to my next place, and I'm like all moved in. And then within a week, he came to come visit me in Florida in my new place. And the rest is history. And that's where I was staying.
Yeah, and I got the moving. The moving company was me even taking more of my,
Like, get the hell out of this.
Because I was like, she's like, oh, I'll do it all myself. I'm like, no, we're actually putting a date on the calendar where people are going to do it because I know her by now and she's going to get overwhelmed. And then it's going to take a week longer. And then there's going to be room for him to convince her again because she hasn't moved. And then she's going to be like, because I've known her long enough to where this cycle could happen. So I was like, nah, I'm putting a date on the calendar because that's the way I am. I'm like, date on the calendar. This is when it's happening. Done.
So he got it done. He got you out.
He's Mr. Get It Done.
Okay.
Anything that there is in the world, he's going to get it done.
And I heard that the proposal happened not too long after that.
5 months, if that.
Wait, was it 5? About 5.5. Holy shit. It felt like so much longer.
From the day that I moved out, because we didn't officially start dating until October.
Halloween.
Yes. And then 5 months after that.
And did you know that it was coming? Did you pick out the ring? How did that was there a conversation?
I knew something was going to happen within the year, because we spent all of New Year's in the beginning of last year just planning everything out. Like, we want to get engaged by here. We want to move in with each other by here. Because
so you were on the fast track. You knew it.
Yeah, we knew. And like the way I am, just like moving out, I'm like, if you can't see it, think it, and you have to plan it, it'll never happen.
Wait, can we just pause for a second? Like, what do you do in your work? Because you run companies, this is what you do.
Well, I do a lot. I work with either companies or talent in go-to-market, growth hacking, brand building, personal brand building, from social all the way to, I mean, it really revolves around social. But yeah, I just consult with growth and building.
So he's about movement. He's not just sitting around. He's like, we got to move through. We got to get to the next thing.
Yes.
Correct.
I think things clicked in like February. We ended up going ring shopping because we were both in Philadelphia. I had Anthro at the time. So we were like, okay, it's be like a pretty good place to look for rings. So we went shopping just to get an idea of what I want. And I decided that I wanted a marquee diamond.
Flash it. It's pretty epic.
Don't look at my broken nail. Fixing it later. And I knew that I wanted a gold band, but white gold prongs. And that's really all I had picked out. I mean, I guess that's the whole.
That's everything.
That's the whole. But not size. The size is a surprise.
Okay.
I was like looking at maybe like a 3 carat because I got big hands. I'm a tall girl. Like, there's a lot of real estate to cover here, so I'm looking at maybe like 3 carat. That's perfect. It'll take up a good amount of size. When he popped this thing out of the box, I hit the ground. Literally, I was like, what? Like, that's not what we agreed on, but I ain't complaining. I was shocked.
And for the proposal, you were shocked at the ring, but did you know the proposal was coming?
I was shocked that it happened so early in the year because we were thinking more of like November, December.
She was shocked and then not, but then shocked and then not.
I knew. So we had this trip to Bali planned. And maybe like 3 weeks before our Bali trip was coming up, we were living together technically in Florida, but he still had his place in LA and he had to go home for some work and stuff. So he leaves and I immediately text my friend. I go, Steven's going to propose in Bali. I know it. Because the plans were to be there for an entire month, but then he switched the plans a little bit to where we're going to go 3 days early and we're going to stay in this beautiful hotel that like you see on Instagram and you're like, there's no way this thing even exists. Like magical.
You knew something was up.
So I was like, okay, duh, he's proposing. I'm online like outfits to get engaged in. I don't know what people are wearing. I'm really convinced. And then I start saying things like, well, which days of the trip are you think are going to be most important? Because I'm packing and I just want to make sure I have like a really good dinner outfit. Or, babe, I'm doing my nails. Do you think I should do pink or French? Or should I put some like Bali flowers on them? Like I'm pushing. And he's like, Bali flowers would be cool, but you're not going to like that. And that's true. It would drive you crazy in 3 days.
Kind of like,
I'm
I
not
knew
sure
she
what
was
he
doing.
says.
Yeah.
And he's like,
you were fishing.
none of the days are that significant that we're going to be at the hotel. And I was like, why the are we going?
Yeah.
I just wanted to go to the hotel.
Bali is pretty epic, though. It's one of the most gorgeous places in the world.
My favorite place in
Yeah.
the world,
Yeah.
especially now. But yeah, the 3 days in the hotel came and went. And by the third day, I'm a full-on bitch because I'm like, it didn't happen the first night and I wasn't expecting it. The second night, I'm definitely thinking it. As you know, my favorite animal was a fish, and we're in this underground aquarium for dinner, wearing my favorite outfit that I packed for the week. I'm like, this is so it. Like, if it's not this, then what?
Yeah.
I'm torturing him all week. Like, people got married in the resort.
Did you have a plan or did you?
That was the plan.
Okay.
I mean, I just wanted to go to the hotel because it was a nice hotel. And I was like, screw it. If we're going to be out there, I might as well just go a little bit early and go to the sick hotel. And at the same exact time, I kind of knew she was going to think this.
Yeah.
And I wanted her to be
Seems
surprised.
like you know her really well. You were trying to get her to spiral. He was really.
And I was like, if I go here and then don't do it, then she's going to completely think I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And then immediately, as soon as we like, I'm like, I'm going to have her right where I want her, essentially. Yeah. So
you threw her off.
yes.
Yeah. Like literally mid-dinner, the scuba diver jumps into the tank and he's like holding signs and blowing like heart bubbles at everyone. And I was like, the sign says, will you marry me, doesn't it? And he's like, no. And I was like, well, if not now, then when? Because we're busy this month and we're busy next month. And I'm like on and on. And he's like, it's going to happen, I promise. Like, just give me time. And I'm like, oh, okay, like whatever. And I drop it and now I'm just pissed. Like, I don't care anymore. I'm like a brat. I'm like, look at all these people in love. Must be nice. Ruining the trip. Ruining the next
nicest
step.
hotel ever. I'm like, oh, God.
So when did you actually propose?
The minute we left and got to our villa.
We got to we stayed in a villa for the entire month after that. And he had his friend call him.
Who was my friend was living in Bali at the time. I've known this friend for actually just as long as I've known her. I met him in California. I work with him now on various projects. He's an engineer. He's out there. He's been living there for about 4 months. So he calls me up. And sometimes he's a party scene guy. So he calls me up. He's like, oh my gosh, there's this white party happening the night you guys check into your villa. So, and we already prepared for this a little bit because he said there might be. So he calls me up. We go through this whole like 10-minute phone conversation about a white party.
One speaker.
What time it's going to be. And then we're mixing in work. I'm acting nonchalant about it. And so this whole thing's happening. And now I'm like, I start planning things around the white party. I'm like, okay, we're going to be going out that night. It's our first night at the villa. Let's get a private chef. Let's have certain things set up. Like, screw it, it's our first night. Let's go all out.
Yeah. He's like ordering alcohol. I'm like, why would we drink like champagne before we go to a party? Like, that's not a pregame drink. Like, and I was like, why would we get a private chef? I don't want to be bloated before
so full.
I'm not going to a party on a full belly. Like, I want to be able to like drink and dance. I was like, cancel the chef, cancel everything.
I was like, if we don't eat, we'll put it in the fridge after. Because we're like the villa, we're with people. So I was like, other people are going to eat anyway.
Yeah, we were with a
Anyway.
group of people. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I just won't eat. Like, fine. It's time to like get ready for the party, this white party. And in my head, I'm thinking still, what if this is the engagement? Then I was like, well, no, because his friend was on speakers saying it's a white party and this DJ is going to be there. Like, things were
We sold it. We sold it so good.
so well. He's really good at lying. I found that out. Thankfully, it's the only thing he's ever lied about, I think. But I'm getting ready for this party, and I started doing it again. I'm like, should I wear like my seashell jewelry or should I wear like diamond jewelry? And he's like, you should wear the diamond one. So I was like, I wish I had more diamond jewelry. Literally said that verbatim. And he's probably like, bitch, just get downstairs.
I'm like, please stop. Just please stop.
Don't make me second guess this whole plan.
I'm like, got everything in motion. I'm like trying to convince her why we should sell the private chef, why she should wear diamonds, why she shouldn't. And the all these like little pump fakes that she does, because I know her so well. I'm like, you're not going to like flowers in your nails. I'm like, why would you wear seashells to a white party night? Like, what are you trying to look gaudy? Like, it's just going to junk up your outfit. She's like, you're right.
Vibes.
Like, I'm kind of like on it. And she's like throwing me like these weird things. I'm like, none of this makes sense. Just wear with what you were going to wear.
Lots of games. So when he does propose.
Yes. I almost caught him at one point because in our bathroom, it like looked down in the window, looked down into, it was a whole open concept. Like the pool was inside and outside. It was this whole thing. And I looked down and I see them setting up little candles outside. And I was like, wow, these private chefs go all out. But it's Bali. Everything.
They do go all out for a hang.
They do.
So I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then
like,
Stephen comes in and closes the wall.
And the rose petals.
They just do all that there. So it played.
So I'm like, whatever. We're now walking down the steps, but it's like indoor outside. So like I can like kind of see what's going on. I start sweating like I never sweat before. He's miking me up. I'm like, get that out of here.
Because I had my production team there. So I was like,
it was like this whole big thing.
That was the whole point. I was like, let's have it, like, you can relive it perfectly.
I'm
4 different camera angles, microphones, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you had a full production team to
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there was cameras set up.
So you saw, so you knew
cameras,
make sure to get sweaty. Or did you know for sure? Or were you like, what's happening?
I knew because when I like looked, there was like this big thing that said, will you marry me?
Oh.
So it's like, I like could see that something was happening. And he's like walking with me, trying to mic me up. I'm like, I don't want a microphone in my outfit right now. So he had both microphones in his pockets. I'm walking and I'm like refusing. I'm like a horse that like refuses to go and he's like trying to pull it. I'm like, no, I can't. I was like freaking out. I'm like, this is the moment I've waited for my entire life. I can't believe this is happening. I couldn't process. Thank God he videotaped it or like production company.
Yeah, the lights are on, but no.
I blacked out.
Yeah, no. So I tell people this all the time. I blacked out as well. Thank God there was someone there to like capture it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's no one prepares you. They can tell you about it. But when it's happening to you, the blackout is really, it's a full body immersion. Like for me, it was like the buzzing. And then you're like, I thought I was going to faint. I was like, my legs kind of buckled.
Yeah. My hands were shaking. White. In like the video, you can see I'm like shaking like this and I'm just profusely sweating.
And you're white.
Yeah.
You were tan at the time too. Very tan.
It was like, I don't know. I literally don't remember a single word he said, but we have the video. So thank God.
I had a good.
It's my favorite movie. I watch it every day.
Yeah, I had like a standalone one for where she was.
Yeah.
Moving guy
multiple
for me.
Camera angles.
So
it's very beautiful.
You pulled it off. You pulled off the perfect proposal.
Yes.
Now, when you go into planning, which you've started to plan, you haven't planned, like, who is the bridezilla or the groomzilla in the room?
I'm probably the bridezilla.
Yeah.
Just because he's not involved in any sort of planning, so I have to do it. But something about me is I hate anything that involves like paperwork, emails, research. It's not happening. Unless this plops right in front of me, it's probably not happening.
So have you hired a planner?
If she plops into my lap, I would.
We're going like day by day now because usually I am a master planner, even when we go on trips.
Like, that's his.
I send out itineraries for like our
He's going to need to be the planner in this situation, and he can just present to you options, and you can say yes, no, yes, no.
Because the thing, I just need her to.
And it's like I don't go to work, so it's like.
She just needs to get some options because I'm like, just find options and then I can start connecting dots. But we're in the options stage right now.
It's more like I'm excited to plan it. I know exactly what I want. And it honestly shouldn't be that hard. What's been hard for me is I look for venues and I'm like, not in all of them. I'm also looking strictly in Philadelphia. So it is a little bit harder. It's limited and like the dates are limited because the weather is not always nice there. But I'm looking at these venues and I'm like, okay, I don't want anything too white. I don't want anything too dark. I don't want anything wood. I don't want too much greenery. So I'm like, what are you left with? I don't know. I'm struggling there. I also don't like the whole idea of a sit-down dinner. I get that people need to eat, but I want the people up and dancing. I want live music. I want fun. I don't want somebody sitting there for hours eating their third course and then like a speech for an hour. I'm like, ugh. Yeah.
I want it like an unwedding, if you will. Like
a very untraditional wedding.
Mhm.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, I'm excited to see what you end up coming up with. If you're still very early in the planning process and you're part of our I Do crew. So as you're making these decisions, hopefully you'll be dribbling some of them to our lovely audience along the way.
Yeah.
And we'll see how good she is at making decisions.
I'm almost like too particular. Like the decision is already made. It's just finding who can accommodate that decision.
What are you most excited about, like, for the wedding planning process? Like, is it the dress? Is it the music? Is not the food? Like, it's definitely not the food.
Trigger word.
Yeah.
Like, my God, it was to eat 3 meals in one night. I don't know. But I would say probably just the wedding dress. I tried on a couple dresses already, and just growing up as a model, I've tried on millions of dresses. So I definitely know what I don't like. But out of the very small amount of dresses that I've tried on already, I think I already found the one that I want, which is a shame because my mom wasn't even there. I was just trying stuff on for fun. But
my one recommendation would be, don't pull the trigger on the dress until you book the venue.
That is smart.
So save that dress, but then when you book the venue, make sure the dress fits the venue, because that is that's the vibe check. So don't get too excited until you book the venue.
Or I just need to book the venue around the dress.
Correct. That's also an option.
Yeah.
If you love the dress, then find the venue that fits that dress.
That is good advice. I honestly don't even know where to start half the time. When I was asking his sister, she's already married, I'm just like, I don't know what I don't know yet.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the hardest part about wedding planning.
I think once you're done and you're recovered from it, we'll have to break it down. We'll have to basically pull up the replay of the tape and the photos, and you're gonna have to break it down, because for an undecisive, or you're saying a decisive person who doesn't like to plan, right?
It's like doesn't even make sense.
It'll be interesting to see what you choose.
Yes. I'm excited to have the process at least started, because I'm the kind of person, like, once the ball is rolling, I'm gonna figure it out.
This has been the Loverly Wedding Podcast. We are hosted by Kelly Khalil, produced by Natasha Barkman, Kayla Fitzgerald, and Jennifer Alvarado. Watch the podcast on YouTube by subscribing to our channel, and you can follow and listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, and every major RSS feed.